Casey, and we're out here working on her leash walking skills. And I'm going to show you how it is we've been working on that. So I'm going to start by taking a treat, holding that to my left side, telling her this way, letting her nibble on that treat a little bit. Good girl. And then telling her this way. Good. We work on this heavily when we go to like stores and such, but showing you in a place that's less distracting like this, you can kind of hear me better. So I'm going to tell her this way. Good girl. I'm going to use those positive marker words. Telling her yes, good girl. This way. And I use that this way to get a cue in handler focus, get her to look at me, as well as let her know, hey, we're changing direction. Keeping her on my left side with those treats. This way, good girl. Yes. Never using that leash to reposition her. This way. Yes, good girl. Yes. So the reason I'm not going to use the leash, I mean, if she hits the end of it, that's fine. I'll stop walking. This way, good girl. But I'm never going to use it to pull her back if she's out in front of me. Oops, she dropped that treat. This way. Good girl. So if she went out in front of me, I'll wait till we turn back around. This way. Yes, good girl. So if Casey went out in front of me, let's see if she'll do it. She actually has really great handler focus and she's doing really great with this. So she's not going to pull out. But say she went out in front of me and she pulled. I'm going to say, easy. Let her hit the end of the leash and I'm going to stop walking. The reason for that is I don't want to, one, pull her back because I'm going to teach her to pull harder. And two, if I continue walking, she's going to think it's acceptable to pull me. And it's not. So I'm going to use those treats. If she went out in front of me, I would wait till she gave me slack in the leash and then continue walking. Those are little puppy antics, her grabbing that leash. Going to use those treats to refocus that. This way. Good girl. This way. Easy. So let her hit the end of the leash. Easy. Now I have slack in the leash. Take that treat and bring her back to my left side. Not using the leash to do that. Good girl. This way. Like I said, if I were using that leash and I was pulling her back to my left side and trying to reposition her with the leash, I'm actually just going to teach her to pull harder and build up a resilience to the leash. This way. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. Always to my left side. Nice loose leash. Like I said, if she goes out in front of me and she pulls out in front of me, I'm just going to stop walking. She goes to the wrong side. Use those treats to get her back to the left side. This way. I'm going to wait it out. I want slack and not going to move. Get those treats. Yes, good girl. Now that she gave me slack, I say, yes, good girl. Get her back to my left side with a treat, and we carry on. Good girl. Like I said, we do this in stores. So when I say this way, good girl. I like to do that when I go to change, like walk out of an aisle and change direction. Cues and handler focus, as well as she kind of knows, oh, we're going to be changing direction. This way, good girl. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Give her a heads up before she hits the end. Good girl. And then she gives me that slack so we can continue walking. Yes, good girl. Using excited tones of voice, keeping it positive. Yes, good girl. Good job. Those leaves are a great distraction. If she wants to continue walking, she comes to my left side. There we go. Good girl. Goes to the wrong side. I'm going to take that treat to my left side and bring her back. Like I said, never using that leash to reposition. And it should always be a nice loose leash. Like how we have a little bit of a swoop and sway in there. That's what we want. She's looking for some free treats. Good girl. If she walks a little bit behind me, that's perfectly fine. I'd much rather her be a step behind me than, she did find a free treat I dropped, rather than in front of me. Because if she's in front of me, she's leading me. If she's behind me, she's following me, and that's perfectly fine. This way. Good girl. We just don't want her to think that she's leading the way and that she's like the leader because she has to have handler focus with me. And that's why we don't continue walking when they pull. Because if she gets to pull and lead the way, then she's going to think that's an acceptable behavior. Whereas she realizes she has to give me slack in the leash and she's not going anywhere without me, that cues in handler focus and makes her walk with me better down the road. This way, still using those noises to cue in that focus. Good girl. So we're going to do one more pass back and forth. Yes, this way. Good girl. Leave it. Good girl. She was playing with that leaf. She's doing good with that leave it command as well as her drop it command. Gonna wait till I get some loose leash. She was finishing up a treat. There we go. This way. Good girl. Good girl. She dropped the treat. That's okay. We have other puppies playing next to us, so it's a really great distracting environment. Yes, good girl. And as always, we're going to end on something she's really strong with, so I'll let her finish that treat. Make sure we're not too close to the camera. Casey, after she finishes it. Good girl. You can tell her sit. Let me get that focus. There we go. Good girl. Good job. I'm going to do one more sit. Casey. Sit. Yes, good girl. And then we're going to sit here for a few minutes and give some praise. Yes, good job. She's doing great with all of her training.